As the 2027 presidential election approaches, the political landscape in Kenya continues to shift, with new alliances, rivalries, and emerging leaders vying for influence. Today, we take a deeper look at the growing momentum behind former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i's presidential bid, along with reactions from key political players across the country.
We just need one presidential candidate. Now this country, by the way, if you remember what Dr. Matiang'i did to this country, then you know what I'm talking about. Already in this church, we have a president. In this church.
Amen. Fred Matiang'I, who has been a significant figure in Kenya's government for several years, is now setting his sight on the highest office in the land. His presidential bid for 2027 is gradually gaining traction, especially after the announcement by Kisii Senator Richard Onyonka, who declared that the Gusii community has resolved to rally behind Matiang'I as their presidential candidate.
I want to tell you, we as a community, even when we are not tribal, where we believe in the country called Kenya, a country that believes in fairness, equity, and democracy, we now have a candidate, and his name is Fred Matiang'I.
Onyonka, speaking from his county, argued that Gusii region, like many smaller communities, have long been sidelined by successive governments. He emphasized that it's time for the region to field one of their own for the top seat, offering a fresh perspective for the country's leadership. Senator Onyonka's announcement marks a significant step in Matiang'i's political journey, as he now gains the backing of an influential region within the country. Onyonka expressed confidence that Matiang'I stands a strong chance of succeeding in 2027, but also stated that the Gusii community will seek to form alliances with other powerful political figures to enhance their chances. The senator mentioned that they will be looking to align the traditional regional kingpins such as former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and former President Uhuru Kenyatta, who still holds significant sway in Kenya's political circles. By securing this partnership, Onyonka believes Matiang'i's bid could resonate across Kenya, tapping into a desire for change and new leadership. While Matiang'i is emerging as a strong contender, the public landscape remains highly competitive. Other individuals, including activist Okiya Omtata and political figure Morara Kebaso, have also thrown their hearts into the ring. This signals that the 2027 election may see a truly dynamic race with a shift in traditional power structures.
I'm my own man, made by Kenyan people who stand with me. If the youth support me, then I'm home and dry as president. But the truth is that I may have to work with other leaders who are like-minded.
The dynamic of Kenyan politics are changing rapidly, and a significant factor in the upcoming election will be the rise of the Gen Z movement. This demographic, which is expected to make up a large portion of the electorate in 2027, has already voiced its dissatisfaction with the status quo. There is a growing call for a change in the country's leadership, and the youth are vowing to mobilize their numbers to change the political establishment. In the past, Kenyan elections have largely been influenced by a few key figures from the immediate post-independence era, such as Raila Odinga, William Ruto, Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. However, the 2024 Gen Z uprising might mark a departure from this routine. Young people, many of whom are disillusioned with the current political order, are calling for fresh leadership that reflects their needs and aspirations.
This politics of let's forget and move on is what got us where we are, a country where impunity is our DNA now. But having said that, it's a good moment. I think Gen Z is probably now what we can call the third liberation.
Despite this shift in political ties, President William Ruto seems to be preparing for his re-election bid by forging strategic partnerships. Sources suggest that he is keen on securing an alliance with his former political rival Raila Odinga as part of his strategy to consolidate support for the 2027 election.
Mimi nimeketi chini na viongozi wa ODM na wale wengine wote, na tumesema hatutaki Kenya ya watu kugawana. Tuungane, tufanye kazi pamoja, ili tuweze kushughulikia mahitaji ya wananchi wa Kenya.
Ruto's plan seems to involve leveraging Raila's political influence and the support of his loyal base to ensure his second term in office. In return, it is reported that Ruto must support Raila's bid to become the chairperson of the African Union Commission, a key position that will elevate Raila's stature on the continental stage. Additionally, Raila Odinga's party officials are said to be in line for prominent position within Ruto's administration, further cementing the political alliance. The idea of a Ruto-Raila partnership has sent shockwaves through the political scene. If it materializes, it will be a strategic move to secure support from Raila's base while positioning Raila for a significant continental role. This move will have profound impact on the 2027 election. But this political maneuvering is not without its risk. A section of the youth, particularly those opposed to another term for President Ruto, is voicing its concerns about the potential partnership. They argue that it represents a continuation of the old guard rather than the change they seek. This could pose a challenge for the president's re-election bid, especially as the youth continue to push for more representation in the political process. Meanwhile, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has also made headlines by calling on President William Ruto to expedite the process of constituting the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Kalonzo stressed that a credible electoral body is essential for the upcoming elections, and he urged the government to ensure that the IEBC is properly staffed and operational ahead of 2027.
We demand that President William Ruto moves with speed to now put in place the 9-person selection panel for the IEBC, leading, of course, into the formation and reconstitution of the IEBC. There can be no other pretense.
Ni vyema William Ruto hakikisha kwamba IEBC commissioners are in place kwa haraka ili aweze kunyoroshwa na opposition ambayo inaongozwa na Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
As we look ahead of the 2027 elections, the political scene remains fluid, with shifting alliances, emerging leaders, and a growing youth movement that could reshape the future of Kenya's leadership. With a little over 2 years to go, the race is on, and we'll continue to closely follow these developments. Thank you for watching News Time.